Live from New York, it's Ask a Bow-Tied Engineer.
Hey everybody, and welcome to this bow-tied engineering. Well, I think all engineers should wear bow ties. But welcome to another Ask Engineer with me, Lady Ada, the engineer, and with me is Mr. Lady Ada on
Hello.
camera control. And we're having a party here, and we also have a bow tie that maybe I'll get him to wear.
No.
I left you the dark one, the Adafruit black one.
No.
Okay, fine. We got an exciting show today.
You know, for years, all I wore was a bow tie.
That was great.
No. All right.
I liked it.
Yeah, okay.
Well, where was the bow tie? Welcome. So we're going to get started in a moment. Now that image is in your head. With an exciting show, all sorts of stuff. We've got discount codes. We've got goats and sheep, drones, cases, new products. It's not out yet, so don't ask. Videos, dronies. Tell them what's on tonight's show, Mr. Lady Ada.
On tonight's show, I'm so glad you asked. The code is GoatCheap. We'll talk about it. 10% off in the Adafruit store, all the way up to 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. We are going to talk about what letter of the alphabet today's show is brought to you by. We have the show and tell. Amazing people around the world showing and sharing their projects. We're going to beg you to subscribe to our YouTube channel because we would like to hit 100,000 subscribers.
We're
I will tell you why.
close.
I'll tell you why soon. Packet of mailbag's gonna stop by and he's like, hey, I just want to let you know something good happened. I'm like, okay, that's cool, you can come in. Adafruit hit the Wall Street Journal. Talk about that a little bit. Adafruit Jobs Board, the best place online to post your skills or look for a cool job or look for a cool maker. Epic news, we're going Android. Full on Android. Talk about that. Got some cool stuff with Bluefruit. Got some open source hardware news. Talk about them dronies. Adafruit learning system.
Lots of tutorials this week.
Time traveling.
Lots of time traveling.
Wearables. 3D printing. Raspberry Pi stuff. We've got new products. We're going to answer some of your questions. We're going to have a trivia question. All that and more on, you guessed it, it is still Ask an Engineer.
Ask a bow tie. What's the letter of the week today?
I'm so glad you asked. We're going to get to that pretty soon.
Okay, I can't remember. I should keep track. Is it G?
No, I got you.
Oh,
I got
man.
you covered.
All right.
I got you covered.
All right, well,
All right,
we'll get
first,
to it.
there's two very important things to keep this thing going, Lady Ada.
Yes.
One, people have to buy some stuff once in a while. Code's GoCheap. You get 10% off. Everything in Adafruit store except for gift certificates and, do you know what else?
Software.
That's right. We can't discount EagleCAD or gift certificates. That'd be weird. The other thing that keeps us going here is... Goats? No. So we are a company that believes in measuring things. If it's worth doing, it's worth measuring. And so we provide a ton of video out on the internet.
How many videos do we do a week on average?
We do at least one a day on average now. We have 30 videos a month now.
30 videos a month.
Ish. And so we don't charge for these videos. They're on YouTube.
But are they free?
They're free.
Wow.
And we believe that videos are kind of the currency of information for a lot of people, in particular young people. So we have goals, and one of the goals is to make sure what we're doing is valued by people out there. Mm-hmm. You know, what's the most important part of what we do is audience and customers and community. So when you subscribe to the Adafruit YouTube channel, youtube.com/Adafruit, it lets us know that what we're doing makes sense and that you guys like it. And we know you do, but if you haven't, please do that. It just lets you know when we get a video. And anyways.
How many subscribers are we up to now?
We're almost up to 100,000.
We're at like 99.99999.
Yeah.
Your subscription will make all the difference.
Yeah, and so there's no money involved with this at all. It's just it's how our team knows that we're doing a good job. We'll continue to invest in this.
We just like round numbers.
Yeah.
Like 100,000. After that, it's a million. I don't know. It's gonna take a while.
Yeah, and your bow tie is gonna rub on that mic for the whole time,
sorry.
so you probably want to move it over.
All right.
Thanks, folks.
With the side bow tie style.
So, anyways, that's just one of we rarely ask for stuff, but that's one of the things that we're trying to do. And then the next one after that is 1 million. So we have ways to go after that, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
How many videos do we have in the YouTube channel now? Anyway?
I believe at least 1,000.
At least 1,000?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay.
Becky's in the chat. She might be able to tell us more. So people are probably wondering why the code is GoCheap. Well, happy Chinese New Year. It's the year of the wood sheep goat. And this is my disco kind of goat.
That's a really beautiful goat.
Okay, So it was Chinese New Year for the people who are who do electronics for a living. This is like, oh, it's Chinese New Year. It's a time to celebrate for like a third of the world.
Yeah.
And they take a week off and a bunch of celebrations. It's like New Year's and every holiday that we have in the U.S. kind of wrapped up into one giant celebration.
Yeah, and it's like people take off 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So it can be, if you're not prepared for it and you do electronics, it can be quite disruptive.
Yeah, and so we plan ahead and everything's great, but we have partners that we work with. The quality and the quality of life for the people all involved at every part of the Adafruit supply chain is really important. So some of these folks have become our friends, and this is kind of neat. Michael, who we work closely with, sent us this beautiful vase. He also sent us his tea set. He and his family are one of our, I guess, foundation members of Adafruit. So this came in the mail for us. Thank you so much, Michael, and Happy New Year. And anyways, that's what...
That's a beautiful vase.
Yeah, so Chinese New Year's ending now, and for
Yes.
all the people that were freaking out about their PCBs or electronics, you'll start to see those emails flowing
Well,
again.
We were open.
We were fine.
We're
No, I'm
fine.
talking.
Our picking places were running all the
Yeah,
time.
no, I'm talking about the people who have like sent stuff off to China and they're just waiting for like email confirmations or whatever. Like they're like all those emails are now starting to happen. So
And then also in this photo is Stella.
yeah, Stella, she's our
Purchasing
director of finance. Okay, so we still take Bitcoin. I don't know. I guess we'll keep doing it. Sure, why not? People have them. Use it. It's cryptocurrency. It's very weird and futuristic. We're going to keep doing it. We still have our special going on right now. It's a short month. We're probably going to add freebies later, but
For UPS ground shipping.
$200 or more, UPS ground, trackable, reliable shipping, free, and the 48 continuous states. Is that the right term?
Well, we'll call it lower 48.
Contiguous?
The 48 contiguous states.
Anyways, and for the folks who really want something but have different shipping needs, go to DigiKey, and you can always ask for a non-catalog request item. They stock all of our stuff. We're very happy about that. This week's show is brought to you by, do you know what letter? Guess.
I thought it was, is it I?
It's E.
E.
E is for Electra, which is kind of considered one of the first like robots. If you look in our coloring
Which
book.
one's the robot, the fellow or the dog?
We had a robot dog.
Okay.
Robot Man had robot dog at the time.
Electro dog?
Electro dog. Okay. And we did get some feedback about our coloring book. So here's a photo. This is from a family, and these are the kids. And the kids said, more robots, less boring people.
Whew. I mean, I think there's almost all robots, right? There's a couple roboticists.
Yeah.
But Asimov is smaller here than his robot friend.
Anyways, so that is the feedback. We like it. More robots. Cool kid. Okay. Show and tell every single week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Lady Ada. Do you know how long we've been doing the show and tell?
3 years?
It's getting close.
Okay.
People around the world show and share their projects.
It feels like 3 years.
Yeah. In internet years, it's like 1 million.
It's 1 million.
So they come on the show. They show retro stuff. There are hacker spaces. We have people from Adafruit, Southeast, Northwest, you name it. Every week there's something amazing. What was on this week's show?
This week we had a whole bunch of people, really good stuff, starting with Tony DeCola from Adafruit Northwest. He's doing some Bluetooth Low Energy hacking and experimentation. He's first started out with he's been beta testing our Android Bluetooth app, which we'll talk about shortly. He got it so that he hooked up an Arduino, a Raspberry Pi with our USB Bluetooth adapter, and he sends the magnetometer data through our app on the phone. So when he spins his phone, the Raspberry Pi knows which way his phone is facing, and it lights up an LED ring, so it knows which way it's facing. So it's a really good demo. The app allows you to take a magnetometer, gyroscope, accelerometer, quaternion, GPS, other data from your phone and beam it wirelessly using Bluetooth Low Energy. And then while he was doing that, he went to the store and he picked up some Bluetooth Low Energy light bulbs. And
It's a very 2015 thing to do.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, these are kind of cool. And he used our BLE sniffer to actually sniff the packets that were being sent to the light bulb and made his own, again, using Raspberry Pi. He's controlling the light bulb directly using blues. And he was going to maybe write up a tutorial about that, so that sounds cool. Next up from Adafruit Southeast, Noah and Pedro have been, we sent them our Ember, which is the new Autodesk DLP SLA resin printer. It uses a projector to project light, I guess probably UV light onto resin, and it cures the resin. And so you get kind of a very high precision part that kind of comes out of this goop phase. So it's a little bit like a Form 1, Form Labs printer, and there's a couple other DLP type printers. So it's a very, very precise printer. It's 25 micron, so they show off some parts. And then tomorrow on 3D Hangouts with Noah and Pedro, they will also be talking about the Ember and showing it off. Maybe even do a live print or something. They've been doing a lot of 3D printing testing. Eric came in and has a couple projects. One is he made an IM to thermal printer gateway, so people could IM him and it would print out the thermal printer because he does, I guess, a live show, and then people will IM, send messages to him, and it'll print out, and he had this long printout. And he also made a cool little like a sensor detector ball with gas sensors in it, and an ASK 433 megahertz transmitter with an Arduino, and the Arduino will actually read the sensors and then transmit voice over the radio by like emulating voices using a talkie library, which I've never seen, but I'll check that out. And so what it does is you can basically throw this ball into a building, and it will sense if there's any dangerous gases like methane or carbon monoxide, and then it will speak over the handheld radio and say like, warning, carbon monoxide levels too high. So check out that video. Very interesting project. Really, really useful too. Like I think I could totally see this being used by rescue teams. That's
I like
what
it.
Designed it for.
It's like a speak and spell that helps you.
Yeah, it's a helpful speaking spell. Next up, Julian came back, and he's working on his Shapeoko. He's debugging it and using the Gerbil library and Gerbil Shield to control it. And he says that's working out much better than the Teeny Gerber, I guess. I don't remember the name of it. Sorry. There's all these Gerbers, Gerbils.
Yeah. And look,
Grumbles.
I love MOSFET. Eventually, if we ever have to get another cat, the cat's name is Gerber's. Nobody do that. I've called it.
Okay.
I've called it.
I mean,
Darlington was taken.
Xenor's
taken. I'm calling it. Gerber's to cat. Do not name your cat Gerber's.
Okay.
Okay? All right.
I mean, if somebody could do it and not tell us.
That's okay.
But you can't publicly announce it.
No.
You're just calling dibs.
I've called it. I've called the cat name. It's called.
MOSFET's still alive,
I know. But look, I always have to think about
future cat names.
Future cats.
An electronic cat name.
Yeah.
We call our cat Horton Hill.
That's fine.
Okay, sorry, where was I? And then he also did a project where he made a Pro Trinket connected to a PlayStation 2 controller, and it's actually kind of neat. He's using the PlayStation 2 as a stepper for his debugging. So when he's debugging an application, he's in like GDB or whatever the debugger. He actually uses like the up, down, and like AB arrows to set breakpoints and step through. So instead of using a keyboard, it's kind of funny because it's like debugging is a little bit of a game. Kirby came in and talked about his Valentine's Day Adabot project. Apparently he had a phona that was going to speak certain words to his beloved, and his beloved even had to help fix it, but they got it working together, and his beloved said yes, and they're engaged now, and it's a beautiful story, and the electronics work, and he said he wants the electronics back, and she said no, so she's going to keep it. And then C. Scott came in with the Creminius project. He's laid out this board over the course of a week. 1,457 air wires, all routed, a 2-layer board, huge PCB. Looks like about this big or something, maybe like 8 by 10 inches or something. Had a Vactral optical coupler for the pitch bend wheel or something, and then he's also making one of the DSP G1 little synthesizer chip. He's making a 4-voice version controlled with an Arduino.
Okay. All right, Lady Ada, how do people get on the show and tell?
If you would like to show off your project on the show and tell, which we have every single week, you can do so by going to our Google Plus page. First, get a Google Plus account. Then go to plus.google.com/plus_Adafruit. Look for the comment where we said, thread where we say, comment here to get added to the show and tell circle. Once you comment there, we will right-click on your avatar and add you to the circle, and you will join the 500 other people who show off their projects every single week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You will be invited to show off. Show off as many times as you want.
Yeah.
Show off hacks, makes, projects, workspaces, hacker spaces, mills, retro electronics, It's Radio Shack retrospective decade. You have 10 years to show
Yeah.
off weird stuff you got from Radio Shack.
In other news, Radio Shack today announced that they're selling the Radio Shack name. The opening bid needs to be $20 million.
I don't have that kind of scratch, but
Yeah.
if you guys want it, I don't know, start a Kickstarter or something.
Okay. So don't forget, Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Wednesdays, right now, you're watching Ask an Engineer. We do this every single week. Okay, Pack of the Mailbag. We get letters, we get faxes, we get all sorts of things sent to us. We read these at the entire big company meeting we do every single week called State of the Fruit. We also read them here on Ask an
We have
Engineer.
an all-hands meeting every single week.
We do. You get my vote for best customer support ever, and thanks to the tech support staff too, Barry. Thank
Get
you,
straight to the
Barry. All right.
And if you have letters that you would like to send,
Yeah.
please send them. We really love to read your positive emails and letters. We will always help you when you have problems and do tech support and customer support and help people. But it's always really nice when you get somebody saying thank you
It's
for
very nice.
what you did.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't. It's okay. We're going to keep doing this thing. But it warms our hearts when
That's
we
right.
get thank yous.
So I wanted to add a special extra segment this
What?
week. So we get a request every single day. So we turned it into a video. So we sell these keyboards, and
my God, the
the
keyboards.
dongle for the keyboard
It's
is
so small.
is inside the keyboard. That's where it's stored. And so customers, they get a keyboard and they're like, "You guys are the worst. I'm missing the dongle. I hate you." Blah.
we put a sticker on it
and-
too that
yeah.
says where to look for it, but then that didn't really work.
And so here's the thing. It's
It's
always tucked away in the battery compartment. We put stickers. We have everything on the product page. So what we've decided to do is make a video. So here it is.
It's a great video.
Yeah.
So you order the wireless keyboard and mouse combo, but you can't seem to find the USB dongle. No worries, just open up the battery compartment on the keyboard and the mouse, and it should be tucked inside its little storage slot. If it's not there, check the keyboard. There it is. Now just insert the included batteries and plug the dongle into the USB port on your PC, Mac, Raspberry Pi, or BeagleBone, and you're ready to go. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more customer support videos from Adafruit.
Yeah, that's how many emails we got. We had to make a video.
Guess,
It was like-
guess how many emails we got. And what's funny is we kept trying to escalate. I mean, we try to do the best we can, but it's just the
Yeah.
dongles, they fit into the little USB port, but then
Yeah, it's
people wouldn't
cool.
find them.
Anyways, so we got that going on.
good now.
News in the maker world. Adafruit hit the Wall Street Journal last week. I love this original kind of motto they had on the newspaper: "The truth in its proper use." So Lady Ada and Joanna Stern hung out together, the Raspberry Pi, to review a $35 computer can do a heck of a lot. You hung out, you did some tutorials together, and I want to say this. It ended up being #1 in articles and #1 in videos.
So maybe Wall Street Journal should do more projects and videos about Raspberry Pi.
Yes.
I think that would be cool. They should have a maker section. Why not? They should have a how-to section. The people who read the Wall Street Journal maybe are interested in this
Yeah.
stuff. They don't cover maker stuff as much as other magazines.
If they want some more #1 articles, #1 videos,
We can
there's a
provide.
whole big old maker market. Okay. Next up, help wanted. We have the Adafruit jobs board, adafruit.com/jobs. It is the only place online where Lady Ada and myself approve jobs and companies and people that post their skills in an effort to make the world a better place by playing matchmaker. We saw a bunch of jobs board out there. They sucked. We said, let's use our Adafruit site to help people find jobs. This week, senior lecturer in UW in Seattle, Washington. The Department of Human-Centered Design and Engineering at the University of Washington, Seattle is searching for a lecturer or senior lecturer to join our faculty. It's a non-tenure track appointment, but the position is integral member of our growing department. So they want someone who's into user-centered design process, information visualization, interaction design, prototyping, user research, and more. It's full-time, 9-month-year academic opportunity. The complete job description is on their site. If you're in the area, this sounds like a cool job. The fact that they're posting it on Adafruit probably means you can get some Adafruit stuff as part of your job. Okay, next up. You've asked for it. It is here. Adafruit has an Android app. Now,
and I have an Android device now.
I got a request.
Okay.
All you Android folks out there, just say, hey, it's so cool, Android, more Android. Not finally, it took you so long. So here's
Be positive, because
so here's the
we
deal.
had to hire someone to help us do this
so
app.
here's the
It's
deal.
not cheap.
Here's the deal. It is really, really, really complicated to work with all the different versions of Android and all the different things in Bluetooth. So we have an app. It is called Bluefruit. If you go to play.google.com, you will see our app. It's the Adafruit Bluefruit LE Connect. Lady Ada, what does this thing do?
This is the app that we have that works with our growing line of Bluefruit Bluetooth Low Energy devices. Right now, we only have the NRF 8001 breakout and our Bluefruit friend, but very soon you will see many more fine Bluetooth devices. In fact, I might even sort of show off one by accident here when I do my demo. And this app is, we already had the version for iOS, and now we have it also for Android. It allows you to connect to the Bluetooth device, which can be attached to your Arduino or your Raspberry Pi or any other client, and you can do a couple things. You can send data back and forth, just as sort of like a serial transmit protocol. You can get information on characteristics and the UUIDs. That's really good for debugging. And you can also use our special controller capability, which I will show in the overhead in a few minutes, which allows you to send data from your tablet or phone to the Bluetooth device into the Arduino or whatever. For example, accelerometer, magnetometer, gyroscope, GPS, a color picker, a little control pad type thing. Basically, using your tablet or phone as a sensor platform to stream sensor data to your Arduino. This might be handy if you want to like build a robot, for example, and then tilt and move your tablet to control where the robot goes. Instead of making your own custom controller, just use your tablet or phone.
Okay.
The overhead. We'll
Next
show this off.
up.
Can you show that?
Yeah, I'm going to the overhead.
Okay, so hold on, let me.
I might have to
Hold
do
on.
some. You got some things?
No,
on?
it's good. It's good. It's good.
You're good.
Yeah, just let me lock. Okay, so I'm going to demo it with, and it's basically very similar to the iOS version. And here I've got an Arduino, and I have this secret, totally not out yet, don't ask, Bluetooth UART adapter, but you can also use our NRF 8001 while you're waiting for this one, the parts to come in, we manufacture it. And then here you can see it's got the name Flora Bluefruit, and I can connect to it. And there's a couple different modes that I can connect to it in, and I'm going to select controller. And the controller has a couple different options available here. Here it says quaternion, so I can turn that on. It'll actually send quaternion data, like the orientation of the tablet. There's also accelerometer, gyroscope, magnetometer. So like as I turn this around, it knows which way north is, and then it can send that data to the Arduino. I'm going to turn that off, and then there's the control pad. Shell demo, which is you can basically use it as a touchpad.
You can make your own.
You can make your own little controller. Basically, we tried to come up with some stuff that you would be able to use your tablet or phone and send the data to your Arduino wirelessly. This works about like 100 feet away, like Bluetooth Low Energy. But I'm going to show off the color picker because it's the easiest demo to show on the overhead. And here you can see it's got this really nice Apache licensed color picker. And let's say I want to make it purple, and I can say send, and then the color changes. Or let's say I want to make it more of a light blue color. Go to town, or green, or what have you. And basically you can send data very easily. So this basically makes it easy to make Bluetooth Low Energy devices, because we have kind of the most popular capabilities that you'd want, color picker, control pad. You can sort of make your project without having to know Android or iOS programming. We will have the source code for this available soon, no ETA. We're still cleaning it up for publication, make sure we have all the licenses correct for all the code that we've used. Because we're using some Nordic code, we have to make sure that that's clear for release. But now we have Android and iOS using Bluetooth. I really like Bluetooth Low Energy. It works so well on iOS, and with 4.4 Android, it's getting pretty solid as well. It's a great way to use something that you already have. Chances are you already have a phone or tablet that has Bluetooth Low Energy capability. Now you can make wireless super fast, super easy using Bluefruit.
Okay, and for you iOS folks, it's already in the Apple Store.
Yeah, we already have the iOS app has been out for a bit, and the source code's on GitHub. Okay. But now we have Android support. So again, if you are an Android fan, and I know you are out there because you guys email us all the time, download it, give it tons of stars, email and say thank you.
We'll keep doing this.
And if we get positive reinforcement, we will continue to
Yeah.
port our apps over to Android.
Yeah, here's the other thing. We measure and look at everything. If all there is iOS users that are doing stuff, then we'll probably continue only developing for 1 or 2 platforms. Android folks, help us get the word out, get people using it. Okay.
Yeah.
Next up, I wanted to do a little bit. We're already up at 8:30, so I might have
boy.
to.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm going to.
Well, that was the longest demo I
Yeah,
had.
I'm gonna rearrange the show a little bit. So we'll
Oh.
We'll do the servant stuff later. We'll do
Okay.
that in a future show.
Yeah.
I do want to make a little bit of an announcement because we are in the middle of almost announcing the rest of Droney. So we have the first ever Drone Film Fest and Photography Awards. We have an amazing set of judges. We'll have all the rules and details soon. We're going to be spending a lot of time on this. There's so many films and more. It'll probably take months and months. But so far, the judges are Annalee Newitz from Gizmodo, Becky Stern from Adafruit, Carol Riley, surgical roboticist, Christy Canada from Autodesk Instructables, Daniel Applestone from OtherMachine.co, Daniel Perdermo from Gotenna, Helen Greener from Sci-Fi Works, Jennifer Tasso from DigiKey, Jessica Banks from Rock Paper Robot, Jessica Calfano from Adafruit, Lenore Edmund. By the way, look what I got. I'll be showing this on another show. I've got a 555 timer stool. Look at this giant 555 timer. Isn't this cool? Isn't it amazing? Anyways, that came from Evil Mad Scientist
Thanks,
today.
Lenore.
Yeah. You're a judge. Lisa Freed from iRobot, STEM, the iCreate group. Liz Upton from Raspberry Pi, Sophie Kravitz from Hackaday, and Star Simpson from Ryan Labs.
Also made Tachocopter.
Also made Taco Copter.
These are the most qualified and awesomest judges ever. Thank you to each one of these judges for saying
Yeah.
yes to our request to judge the Droney Awards.
Yeah.
They are the best people. It would have been totally great if we could find any qualified guys. We couldn't. Sorry. Whatever.
There isn't.
All right. Whatever.
So here's our design process that we're going through with the Dronies. Noah and Pedro are cooking up some great designs, and we tried a couple of different things. And here's where we're at now. This is the 3D file,
The eyes.
and this is the first round. This is cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways,
We're going to give awesome awards. So
yeah.
if you want to make videos, and by the way, you don't have to be a filmmaker. If you have access to any kind of sort of flying device and some sort of camera,
Yeah.
strap your iPhone to it. We don't care. Go to town. Hey, you can use a Raspberry Pi on a quadcopter with the Pi camera.
Yeah.
Anything is cool.
Okay. Next up, there is some Arduino news, and our news is probably not going to talk too much about this until the Arduino team gets a chance to address it. There is a post on Hackaday called Arduino versus Arduino. Yeah, it looks like there's a couple competing efforts for the name Arduino. There's Arduino.cc. Massimo is the CEO, and that's the Arduino that we know and love. And there's another group that is looking to do something with the name Arduino too. Probably going to be something that courts or lawyers or people behind the scenes decide. For us, the most important thing is letting you guys know that as far as we know, as far as we're concerned, the flow of Arduinos shall continue. And our Arduino Gemma will be shipping soon. We have the prototypes. We have approval for just about everything. And we're really happy with it. So full speed ahead for everything. I usually would write about something like this. I wrote the article, Why Arduino Won and Why It's Here to Stay. I keep track of all the maker companies. We're really close friends with the Arduino team, and also we're a supplier, we're a partner, we have a board. So I'm hanging back on this one before I write a big article about what this is. Usually I would have, here's the landscape, here's what's happening, here's what should happen, and here's what we can do together. I'll say this, no matter what, I hope everybody involved continues to stick to the mission, which is help get physical computing to the most people and all sticking to our open source values that got us here. So anyways, that's what's going on. I do have a cool demo that you did, speaking of Arduino, that little Daft Punk thing that you did.
Oh yeah,
Here we go.
Why
so sad?
I was going to spend like 5 or 10 minutes on daftpunkconsole.com, but it's down, so I guess I'm just going to have to build my own.
Oh.
Faster, stronger, work is better, makes us ever after, faster, harder, do it.
All right. Don't get sad. Make something. Okay.
That was a fun late night project.
Yeah. So in case you guys wonder what we do after this,
That's me at home.
Yeah. So
doing the same thing.
Adafruit Learning System. We'll go through these pretty
We
quick.
got so many tutorials. I gotta go through
Yeah.
this really fast. First up, we have a quick Linux virtual machine on Windows with Vagrant tutorial. I know that's so many words, but let's say you want to run Linux. Maybe you have to run a Linux application, or you just want to mess around with Linux, and you don't want to dual boot or set up another computer. If you want to, especially have something that's just, you just type in a command shell. I use Vagrant for stuff like, for example, we have the Raspberry Pi kernel-o-matic. It's a virtual machine. All that does cross-compile Raspberry Pi kernels. Vagrant is a way to make very lightweight virtual machines. So like in a Windows command window, you can just like start up Linux, and then like you have your own little Linux computer, and then you can log out and log back in again whenever you like. And so this tutorial shows you how to install Vagrant on Windows, which is not trivial. You have to do a couple things. You have to install MSys and VirtualBox and like how to actually get in there. But this is a great tutorial by Brennan on how to do that. Thank you for that tutorial.
Okay.
Be handy.
Next up.
Next up, we have a tutorial, this Wearable Wednesday. This is the LED sequin bow tie by Becky and modeled by Aaron Bell. It's a very simple but very easy to make, a good starter project, especially if you're a mangineer and you're like, I want to get into this electronic stuff, but I don't know. I wear bow ties. I need a bow tie electronics project. This is your bow tie electronics project. Maybe show the video later, or if not, check out Wearable Wednesdays, which has the video.
Yeah, we will be watching this video later.
Okay, we will.
Okay, next up.
Bow tie.
This is our Bluefruit LE Connect for iOS.
This is basically the guide tutorial for the iOS version of the app you just saw. It's actually pretty much the same as the Android one. We'll have another guide for the Android version as well, but this one just got wrapped up, so check that out.
Okay, and here we go. This is a very fun tutorial. This is an illustrated guide to the shell, magic, typing less, and doing more.
This is kind of the apex of the Linux tutorials that we're doing. Another tutorial by Brennan. He's done a couple tutorials on the command line and Linux because so many people have asked, like, hey, I got a Raspberry Pi, and like now I have to learn this Linux thing, and what is that? So we have done like 4 or 5 tutorials on this. This is kind of the last one for a bit. We'll get back to them, but we're gonna take a little bit of a break and do some more projects. This tutorial covers a lot of the more advanced stuff. This is, as you can see from the drawing, it makes you into a penguin wizard. Pattern matching, regular expressions, shell scripting, different shells, installing packages using like apt-get, tmux, which I've never used, but it's kind of like screen, but apparently you have multiple tmuxes, man pages, a light introduction to the differences between like shell scripting in Python and Perl. Basically just kind of like, you're off. Now
man
you know
pages
everything.
for mangineers.
You can like alias like woman pages.
Yeah.
So manual.
So we're working on, one day we hope to get more males into engineering. They're underrepresented. They just need a lot of help. The women are dominating engineering right now, and we'll do our best to get more guys involved.
Well, guys are always so distracted. They can't focus.
They're emotional.
They're so
okay,
emotional.
so let's keep moving on.
You guys tutorials this week?
Yeah, that's it. Time travel. Okay, so this is cool. There's always something really cool in our time travel section because we look back through maker history, art, science, achievements. This is cool. So February 25th in 1942, it was called Battle of Los Angeles. Apparently there was this like giant UFO thing going on. It was a rumored enemy attack, and there was anti-aircraft stuff that was going on. And it was, everyone was a little jittery because it was around wartime, but there's all sorts of conspiracy theories that this was part of an alien invasion and we shot them down. So, cool,
Okay.
huh? So it was called Battle of Los Angeles.
I have never heard of this.
Yeah.
And was this before or after Pearl Harbor?
Well, it's 1942, so the United States had just entered the World War
Okay.
As a result of the attack on Pearl Harbor. So
Okay, so this was right.
yeah. So there was February 23rd.
Okay. Okay, this is intense.
Yeah, a couple days
Yeah,
later.
all right.
Yeah. So,
Yeesh.
okay. Wearables. This week we have an excellent video. It's
Take
the bow
it
tie.
away, Becky.
Take it away, Bex. Published author Becky.
In today's project, we're building a glow tie using Adafruit LED sequins, conductive thread, and a coin cell battery holder. You can get all the parts for this easy sewing project at the Adafruit website. and find the step-by-step instructions at the link in the description. The sequins rest in the dimples of a pre-tied bow tie, and they're wired in parallel to the coin cell battery holder. This one has a switch for easily toggling the lights. Let's do the math to figure out how long the batteries will last. Each sequin draws about 5 milliamps. The battery has a capacity of 225 milliamp hours. So 2 sequins draw 10 milliamps, and 225 divided by 10 is 22.5 hours. Likewise, 4 sequins would last about 11 hours on a single battery. Carefully make shallow stitches that won't show on the front of the bow tie. And seal your knots with clear nail polish before snipping the tails short. For more tips on working with conductive thread, we've got you covered with a guide on the Adafruit Learning System. I can't wait to see your LED sequin formal wear on an upcoming episode of the Show and Tell Hangout on Google+. Thanks so much for watching, and subscribe for more wearable electronics from Adafruit.
All right, don't forget, every single Wednesday at 2 p.m., Wearable Electronics with Becky Stern. Becky released her book, her and Tyler teamed up. She's a published author. She has a Nisbin. Big day. I stopped working on books a long time ago personally. I like the process. I like doing it. I like going into a bookstore and being able to see my name on a book. It is a cool achievement because it is a lot of work to get a book done. And this is the best book about Flora. And
Okay.
this is. Okay.
And we'll talk about the new products.
Yeah. All right, next up, 3D printing. We've got a video, and it's pretty long. So I'm going to, let's see, 5 minutes from now. Yeah, tell you what, we're gonna start the video with Noah and Pedro, and then I'm gonna cut it a little short. You guys can watch the rest of it on YouTube, but
And then subscribe.
And then subscribe, because I want to leave some time for more of the show. They have a longer video this week, so I'm just gonna let you guys see the beginning of it.
This week we're playing video games and building a game controller, like this one. It's about the size of a business card and looks a lot like something from a retro game console. This little guy uses Bluetooth, so it can connect to just about any device. It's got built-in LiPo charger and a 500 milliamp battery. The parts used in this project are of course from Adafruit, and they're listed in the description below. You can pick them up on their online shop, and you can even get yourself a discount on Wednesdays and Thursdays. You're also going to need some handy tools. The Bluefruit Easy Key is the star of this project, and it's basically a Bluetooth breakout that's designed for making custom keyboards. I've built a few projects with the Bluefruit Easy Key, and I think you could totally make something really cool. I have lots of arcade style ideas here, and I definitely encourage you to brainstorm something unique. To start off, I'm going to use the half size from a proto breadboard. I started by laying out the buttons on the PCB to make the D-pad, and the 2 in the lower center will be the start and the select buttons, while the 2 on the right are going to be the A and the B buttons. This is of course my design, but you can lay it out however you want. So once I finalized design, I proceeded to solder them in place. But this is really nice because the through holes are actually gold plated, so they won't get oxidized or peel off with rework. Next up, we need to wire up the buttons to the ground pins on the breadboard. I recommend using 30 gauge silicone coated stranded wires because they give you the bit of movability and they won't kink as much. You'll definitely
Okay, you
So,
want to know more?
you have to
Video.
subscribe.
Have to subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe. The cliffhanger ender, will they make the Bluetooth gamepad? What will they use? Will they 3D print it? Will they sculpt it? Will they make it out of clay? Who knows? Anyways, tomorrow is 3D Thursday with Noah and Pedro, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's cool. The best.
What are they going to be doing the Ember stuff tomorrow?
Ember stuff and more.
They're one of 15, what is it, like not entrepreneurs, but
Pioneers.
Pioneers.
Yeah.
In the Ember, which is a high precision resin DLP printer from Autodesk. They'll be showing it off. They did some prints, even sent us some. It's a really beautiful machine.
It's really cool that Autodesk managed to do something for the size of a company they are, because when you get bigger, things
It's
move
hard to
slower.
manufacture
They
when that
actually
big.
got a 3D printer shipping. Way to go. All right.
It is.
Next up, Raspberry Pi stuff. I've got a couple things. It's kind of in the not out yet category, so you had me take a photo of this. What is this?
So close to getting the Pi TFT working on the Pi 2.
So that's what that's a photo of. Okay.
So close.
And then you also had me shoot a video, so I'm just
it's
going.
basically the same thing.
Yeah, let's watch it. Okay, lady, it's like 10 o'clock at night. What are you doing?
I'm so tired, but I finally got the Pi TFT working on a Pi 2, and it looks really great, and I'm just really tired.
So you've just been doing like kernel hacking to get this going?
Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff to update everything for the Pi TFT to device tree overlays, capacitive touch, adding support for the 3.5-inch display, and just like porting everything over, but got it working, and now it's working on the Pi 2, which is really nice. Like, it kind of just worked once I got it up to 3.18, so
Okay, coming soon.
it's sleep time.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what you're
I'm
going
in
to be
so
working on
much-
tonight.
I'm in so much pain. I'm so close. I got there's just so many little pieces, and because I had to port everything over to the 3.18 kernel, which has device tree overlays, like, so, I had to do everything at once because I want it to be one package, and then you can do capacitive or touch or resistive or like the 3.5 or the 2.2. So just like getting everything just sorted in, and like the compiling and the V7, and then like I'm getting close.
It's tiring just hearing about this.
I'm real close, but it's not ready yet. As soon as we have the Pi 2 support for the Pi TFT, trust me, I will do a dance and throw confetti, and we'll blog about it like 18 times in a row. But it's not quite ready. It will work. I'm almost there. Just not ready yet.
By the way, if there's any Linux kernel hackers out there, we want you, because there's only a small...
I don't want to do this anymore.
Well, there's only a small group of people that can or want to do this. So if your passion is hacking Linux kernels, we have a bunch of stuff for you to do.
I can do it. It's just really hard because I need like 6 hours in a row, because you have to get like everything ready, and you have like multiple panes and your cross compiler and like all the stuff going, and you just need to spend like 4 to 6 hours. It's really hard for me to get 4 to 6 hours in a row.
Yeah, you're running an Adafruit.
It's tough. So if anybody out there does kernel module design and wants to like port modules to device tree overlay style or add new modules, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Adafruit family.
Yeah. All right. So before we get into new products, it's Goat Sheep. That's the code. 10% off in the Adafruit store all the way until 11:59 p.m.
Half goat, half sheep.
Yeah, Lady Ada, we're gonna have to race through these a little bit.
I'm gonna race.
It's new product time. All right.
Let's do this fast.
Yeah. So I'll start it off. First up, this is Getting Started with Flora. This is by Becky Stern and Tyler Cooper. This is the best, greatest, most amazing resource for you if you want to learn about Flora. Perfect workshops, perfect for gifts. One thing we really like, they put full color photos.
Full color photos are awesome. You want me to show it on the
Yeah.
overhead? Do it really fast?
Yeah, we're going to show it over the overhead. This is what a book looks like, folks.
Whoa, hold on. Okay, too bad. Well,
This is what a physical book looks
color
like.
photos, beautiful diagrams, images, great projects. You make the sparkle skirt, you make the fish fin. There's 3 projects, the Flora Neo Geo watch. So it's in increasing difficulty. Everything you need to know about Flora and basically getting started with wearable electronics, all of it. And Plus Maker Media, thank you so much.
Okay.
Becky Stern and Tyler Cooper.
Yeah, next up, we have a pack that goes along with it. It's
Yes.
the Getting Started with Adafruit Flora. It's a pack that goes with the book. And if you're interested in getting started, this is what you need.
It has like sensors and batteries and all this extra stuff and snaps and like basically everything you need. Like, you don't need a soldering iron because it's all sewn, and you get alligator clips, which are great for prototyping, battery extenders, lots of Flora NeoPixels, as well as little sequins. So this is a great little pack, which we suggest with the Flora book. We also have other Flora starter packs that you can check out, but we thought we'd make one for the book.
Okay, next up, this is the Spark Maker's Kit. This is a pack that we have in the store now. It's everything you need to get going with a Spark IO and a bunch of parts, and pretty much, I'd say, like a 301 almost for this Internet of Things.
This is the Spark Core, which is the first board from Spark. It's basically a Wi-Fi with a web-based IDE. You can program it with an Arduino-like programming language. Very easy way to get started with Wi-Fi-based communications. Basically, they had a whole bunch of these, and since they're going to be upgrading to the Photon, they're like, hey, this still works really, really well. This is a perfectly fine kit, and we're going to basically offer it for a discount. So pick it up in the store. A really great way to start with Wi-Fi connectivity, and definitely cheaper than getting an Arduino and Wi-Fi because it's all in one, and much lower power and easier to get started with than a Raspberry Pi. So this is a good beginner kit.
Okay. And then next up, it comes in this box, by the way.
Yeah, it's a nice box.
Yeah. Okay, so the next thing is I'm just going to do a run of these because we'll get through these very fast. We have a whole bunch of lids and bases for the new A+ cases.
Yeah, we had the
Bases
plain
for cases.
Bases and cases. We had the plain kind of smoke with clear top version, and now we have all the bases and tops in the different colors that we've got so far. We have pink, orange, red, purple, blue, clear, and smoke. Maybe get a couple other colors like green and yellow. We're still working on getting the color the exact way we want it. But these came out perfectly as is, and so we have them in the shop. And they're beautiful. They work perfectly for the Raspberry Pi A+. They have slots for cables. We showed it off before. Snap in your A+, and there's space for a hat to fit inside. So most hats you can actually put in, and then you can put that cover on top. If you get a clear cover, for example, it'll protect whatever hat you have inside. And you can mix and match. So as you can see, we have like every combination here. So pick your favorite color combo. Like you want a pink top and a blue base. Do you want me to show it on the overhead? I'll just show how to put it in. Well, this is really washed out. Okay, I'm just gonna have it regular. Okay, to insert it, just fit the Pi in this way so that the headphone jack fits in, and then hold on. I can't see. Hold on. I'm gonna do it over here, and then I'm gonna pretend like I did it over there. Okay, sorry. Get it put in, and then you snap it closed, and then
Put a top on
the
it.
top on, and then you're done. Now you've got your
Set it and forget it.
pretty Raspberry Pi A+. There's a slot for GPIO. There's a slot for camera and display, and now it's in all colors.
Okay. All right, let's keep moving. So next up, there's a bunch of Goldie Blocks that came out. This is the Goldie Block Survival Kit. And then we have the Goldie Blocks
Movie machines, like a
Movie
Zoetrope.
Machine. And then we have the Girl Inventor, which has a zip line.
Yeah, this is this is a
Zoom.
zipline project. It's the
Yeah.
simplest one of them. There are different prices. This one is just like you have this doll, and you can basically set up a zip line. And it's actually a nice version of the doll. I think the other ones don't actually come with a doll. This one has it's posable.
Yeah.
And so you can actually have adventures and use her in the other projects. So
Yeah.
here you go. Here's
So
like a
that-
previous project with
So that's Goldie Blocks, and cool company if you're trying to get young people, specifically young girls, into STEM or STEAM, science, technology, engineering, art, mathematics. Goldie Blocks has something really cool.
I like them because these are. I mean, they're very basic, but they're packaged nicely. They have really good design, look to them, and I think like you build something and then you can, by building the project, you can learn. Each one has a particular skill that you learn with it, whether it's like gears or motion control, and hopefully eventually maybe they'll do Arduino or robotics. I'm expecting any day now after like Goldie Blocks Arduino
Sure.
collaboration. So
Okay,
really-
so with that being said,
That's
Lady
it.
Ada, that was new products. Good work, you.
Yay! More new products next week.
Yeah, good work. Okay, so I have a special top secret. It's not out yet.
Okay.
I'm going to play the video. And that looks like, an Adafruit logo and some like laser stuff.
This is me actually. I'm doing something I'm not supposed to do, which is I'm touching my finger to the galvo as it moves, which is why it has that weird fuzzy effect. But this is our first test with a laser XY galvo and a cat, which is totally not interested. And it's an Arduino that basically you load it up with a ILDA file, which is a file that defines how the galvos, the two motors move in XY, and then you point a laser at it, and it can draw stuff. It's like a little laser light show, but controlled by an Arduino. So coming soon.
Yeah. Okay.
Not out
so
yet.
not out yet. Don't ask. All right. Before we go on to answering some questions, the code is GoatCheap. Don't forget 10% off in the Adafruit store all the way up till 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Use it or lose it. No gift certificates. No Eagle CAD. Lady Ada, I'm cracking up the question.
Okay, get out the
question
questions.
barrel. Cracking it up. Cracking it open. Folks, ask your questions in the chat. YouTube, Ustream. We'll get to them the best we can.
Well, I guess this is not going to work out.
All right.
Okay, so just. I don't want it to be in the way of my mic.
Are you good?
Little hair tie.
Okay. What do you think about the other mill?
I really like it, especially the new one. We had a beta, like a Kickstarter beta release one, like one of the first ones they made, and it was very good. But the new one is even better. It's quieter, more precise, and makes even less dust. So they've really improved it. It's a really, really nice machine, way nicer than like a Modella or an LPKF.
Yeah. What have you made with it so far?
Well, we've made like hundreds of boards on our other mill. We make all of our tester designs, and I do some prototype designs.
Yeah.
If it's something that's fairly large parts, I can do in 1010 mill, then I can prototype it on the other mill, and it works extremely well. It's very precise.
Okay. Next up.
You can do double-sided. I haven't done double-sided, but apparently you can do double-sided. It's precise enough to do the orientation.
Adafruit, can I use 2 or more Bluefruit EasyKey HIDs on one Windows PC, or they interfere with each other? I'm controlling a CNC machine, would like to have more than 12 buttons. Can I use 2 to the same computer?
You should be able to. I've never done it, but the Bluetooth devices themselves, like they don't intersect. The whole point of Bluetooth is you can have multiple things. As long as your operating system can have more than 2 Bluetooth keyboards attached, you can have 2 easy keys. I think somebody did do it, but I haven't tried it myself.
Okay. Next up. Any news on when the Arduino Zero will be shipping? No, we know only what you guys know.
We know nothing about that at all.
All right. Next up, how can someone do an email interview with Lady Ada? Well, it all depends. Usually, you're doing engineering. If you send it to support@adafruit.com, we try to get to all of them. But for some school projects or for some things, there's journalists. Usually, we have to say we could do it, just not right away. It's been a little crazy recently.
I have to finish this like PyTFT kernel thing. It's eaten me alive.
There ain't a lot of Lady Adas, and there ain't a lot of hours in the day, so we
I'm
try
also
to.
really hungry.
We try to keep her. Yeah, we try to keep her
Dinner
focused.
soon.
I know. Okay. Have you considered a laminated laser cut acrylic case for the 5-inch HDMI LCD backpack?
We have thought about it, but we're not sure what we would do for the case, because we have like, we have 7-inch monitors that have like stands and stuff. I think for the backpacks, I imagine people will be using them in their own projects, and the reason we made those mounting holes is so they can attach them to anything they want. So I don't know what case I would make that wouldn't just be like, you would have to modify it anyways for your own needs, if that makes sense.
Okay. Someone had a good suggestion. They said if you're looking for a kernel engineer, if we were to put the Adafruit organization on LinkedIn, so we typically, so we have a Facebook Adafruit page, and then we're big there. We're big on Twitter. We're big on Google+. LinkedIn, it's been a little spammy on a personal level for a lot of us, and so we really haven't. We have employees that they put Adafruit on there. It's a good idea. I'll look into it. I'll look into it.
Okay.
We should probably also use our jobs board if we're really serious. But you said you want to wait just a little bit. You still want to keep hacking at it, right?
I want to finish this and then just because I feel like I have to do the support for it. It's good for me to know what is involved. Also, there's no documentation about device tree overlays. The only way to learn how to make a device tree overlay. There is some, but not that much.
Yeah.
So the only real way to learn it is to do it. And so I was like, well, this is the future. I might as well just learn it. And I learned a lot, and my head hurts.
Okay. Are there any boards that make life easier, make RF easier?
Any ways to make RF easier? I like the Bluetooth Low Energy stuff. Bluetooth Low Energy, it's supported by Linux and Mac OS, and supported by Windows 8. Every tablet has it. If you're going to do wireless, it's kind of the easiest way to get going. And then for easier RF, we have these little simple RF boards that are just you press a button and then the pin goes high and low. Those are the kind of the two that I think are easiest, because the thing is that XB is pretty good, but you have to have 2 XBs to talk to each other. What I like about Bluetooth Low Energy is that usually you have the receiver device, like a tablet or a phone, with you already.
Okay. Someone wants to know, could we put our podcast on iTunes? So right now...
Hey, Mr. Podcaster.
Yeah, I know. I did presentations at Apple about podcasts and podcatchers back in the day. So what we do now is we put everything on YouTube, because most phones can just play the video, and if you have a car stereo, you can play it through there. It's
We don't do any voice only.
We don't do voice only, and splitting the audio track off this and maintaining a separate presence inside of iTunes is really tough. So what we decided to do is how can we get the most people? So I listen to audio stuff via iTunes right now.
Yeah.
And I also listen to it via YouTube. I mean, pretty much most phones can
You
handle
can
it.
just start up YouTube.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, you have to be at a red light, and then maybe you can go to it. It uses more power, but
Yeah.
you can plug it into your car battery slot thingy.
All right. A little special shout out to K-Town's in the house.
K-Town.
All right. Good work, Kevin, with getting everything wrapped
K-Town
up. in
managed
our-
this Android app
Yeah.
and the iOS app, and he's done amazing. Colin did the iOS app originally.
Yeah, look at this thing.
K-Town helped manage Antonio, who was our Android developer, who did the port.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
We're really happy about this. We
You
want
know,
to do more.
It's never like just recompile, just retarget. It's never like that. The whole thing basically has to be redone from scratch with, looking at the code and trying to match it up as much as possible, just because, the iOS app is written in Swift, and then I don't even know what the Android app is written in, like I'm assuming C++ or Java, but, the Bluetooth low energy underpinning is going to be different, and everything's different. So it's amazing how close the app is. It's very, very close.
Okay. That is it for the questions, Lady Ada. It's time to do trivia. What are the
Okay.
rules? What do you want the rules to be this
The
week?
rules are...
Want to change the rules?
No. The rules are the same. If you want anything from the Ask Angier prize-winning contest thingy, you can't win again. Only one winner per lifetime. The first person with the correct answer in the chat, YouTube or Ustream, they're both kind of synced up tonight, wins the prize.
The prize is a Flora book signed by Becky.
Becky will sign this book for you.
Yeah. Okay, you ready? Here's the trivia question. Go to youtube.com/Adafruit and type the number of subscribers you see. While you're there, subscribe. So youtube.com/Adafruit and tell us how many subscribers there are. Now, I understand,
It's going to change slightly.
yeah, it still might be off by one or so, but it's okay. So this is what we're looking for.
Okay.
And we'll see who gets
So
it.
how many subscribers? We go back because I want to see the number. I only saw the number of views.
Yeah. youtube.com/Adafruit.
Wait, go back. Okay. Oh, we're
Okay.
so close. And don't forget to subscribe while you're there.
Yeah. This is a signed book by Becky. So
Becky.
Yeah.
And Becky wants you to subscribe too.
youtube.com/Adafruit. Tell us the number of subscribers we have for the YouTube
How
channel.
many subscribers? Yes.
No.
No?
Wait.
Yes. Go back.
Which one?
Go here. Oh, sorry. No, I mean.
It's missing a number.
No. Okay, go. Okay, so click here again.
Yeah. Got it.
And scroll up.
Oh, it looks like.
No, I'm pretty sure you can scroll up.
Yeah. They're all of them just came at once.
Now this is correct.
Paul Bartek.
Paul Bartek.
Congratulations, Paul Bartek, in the YouTube chat.
Because the number was changing while you
No,
were
I know. He
subscribing,
got
so
it.
it's
He
like,
got it.
wait,
He got it right when it happened. So.
Paul Bartek, congratulations. Thank you for subscribing. You also get this book signed by Becky. We have to get Becky to do it, but she'll do it because she loves subscribers. Thank you so much. We're so close. 99,800-ish.
Okay, Paul.
If anybody here has 200 friends and
Paul,
know you.
email support@adafruit.com and just say, hey, I won. Phil has my signed copy of Getting Started with Flora by Becky Stern. Congratulations. That was a show tonight, everyone. Thank you so much. This has been an incredible couple weeks. Thank you. Thank you all the staff members that are here, shipping your stuff, staff members out there remotely in the world, the folks who show up here every single day.
We do this for you.
Yeah, so thank you. Don't forget the code is GoCheap. Glad I got to say GoCheap.
10% off everything except software
Yeah,
and gift certificates. You can get 10% off this Flora book.
that's right. With that, a picture of a cat.
Not named Gerber's.
And here is your moment of Zener. See y'all next week.